Hey guys, what's going on? It's East Coast Gaming here with a video on I'm gonna show you guys with Pgsharp on how to properly um, hunt down shinies using Pgsharp. The easy way, the way that I've been doing it since Pgsharp was released. I do it this way with community days, sometimes spotlight hours. Um, if I'm, just looking for a specific Pokemon that I want the shiny of, this is how I go about it. So, with further ado, this is how you do it. So you're gonna click the star. You're gonna click feeds. You're gonna click Pokemon. Now you can click only possible shiny if you want, and it'll show every Pokemon that is currently shiny in the game. So it can, weed out the ones that are not shiny. So it's just easier to look for. So you'll get the idea for any, for any generation Pokemon, okay? But we'll just pick something, just, for the example of the video. So, the next Pokemon I'm going to be shiny hunting for is going to be Teddiursa. So you'll click on the Pokemon you want. Okay. Now, level, you can leave it at 1 if you'd like. Well, for the minimum, for minimum IV, it all depends. Is it a Pokemon that you want shiny, that you want a good IV of? For rating, or you just want a really good IV, shiny of that Pokemon. You could do 100 out of 100, so that it's it's a 100 IV, and the feed, it'll filter to show only 100s of that Pokemon. Now I always put the name of the Pokemon, just in case I'm hunting multiples in one go. Now the best thing to do when you're shiny hunting is to not touch your account for 2 hours. So when you go on it, the cooldown will be over, so that you can just keep shiny hunting until it becomes shiny. And once it's shiny, you can catch it right away and not have to leave your phone screen on, for 2 hours. So basically, you do that. All your settings are done. You can click that and click the little icon. So right now, because there's no 100s around, a lot of times that can happen on certain Pokemon when there's events going on. So like right now, there's we have 2 events going on, right? What do we have? So right now we have the Kalos event, and we also have the Season of Celebration event. So it could be tough finding certain Pokemon, because in the wild right now it's flooded with Pokemon appearing in the wild from those 2 events. But when there's not any crazy events going on, it's a lot easier to find the 100 IVs. But you can scale it down to to search for like 98s or 96s. So there's none of those either. That's shocking. So sometimes when you want a shiny hunt, do it with when there's not any crazy events going on that has a bunch of new Pokemon or a bunch of specific Pokemon in the wild. Let's try to get something in the wild, so I can show you how I do it. Let's try with Eevee. Try. Eevee is pretty common in the wild, but with 2 events going on at the same time, sometimes it can be difficult. Let's see, there you go. So Eevee is in the wild. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click I like to do level and then down. I like to have the highest level because if it becomes shiny, then it'll be a high CP shiny, you know what I mean? And I won't have to do, a lot of powering ups. So that's for 100s. Obviously, if you don't care about, IVs or anything like that, I usually go down to 95, 95 or 93. So it'll show me 93 IVs, 96, 98, and 100s. But usually I'll do 100s. If it doesn't show any in the feed, and there's no events going on, then scale it down to 95. For some reason with Pgsharp, 95 means 96, okay? And 97 means 98. So if you want, go down to 95 or 93, and it'll show you 96 IV and 98 and 100. So, so there's a few EVs. We got 2, 4, 6. We got 8. Usually that's plenty. So you click on the first one or whatever. Click teleport. Um, Sometimes these Pokemon can be despawned. You could teleport to a Pokemon and it's not there, and that's just part of the game. Pgsharp doesn't have despawn times. There's nothing. They don't have this Pokemon's gonna be gone, in 5 minutes or whatever. So you could teleport to one and it's gone. When you teleport and the Pokemon spawns, it's always gonna be the Pokemon closest to your feet. So whatever Pokemon is closest to your character or your character's feet, that's it. Especially with community days and a lot spawn in the wild. Um, and you might get confused, but it's always the one closest to your feet. So if you want that, you want that Shundo, then you got to be careful when there's many of that Pokemon around you and you're trying to just click on that 100. So there's the Eevee. I was literally right on top of it. So you'll click it, right? It's not shiny. So it's not shiny. So let's go back to feeds. When you teleport and then you go back to feeds, it'll be right on the screen still that you were on. So see how that Eevee I went to was all grayed out? That means I saw it already. Let's teleport to the next one. Let the screen fully load. Now, like I said, we don't know. They can spawn away. You know what I mean? But it's the name of the game. You just keep on going. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to load. It could be my phone. I'm not really sure, but it could be just the game. So you just wait for it to load up. It's pretty simple. It can be time consuming depending on the Pokemon because it's a 1 in 450 chance. I mean, I'm still at 800. Dope notification. I'm still at like around 800 checks for Ghastly. So that took a while because I was looking for a 100 IV shiny Ghastly. But I mean, some Pokemon don't take as long. Some are quicker than others, but I mean, that's just the name of the game. It could take you over 1,000 checks for some Pokemon, but if you really, really want that Pokemon, then you do it. So there's the Eevee. You can see I'm right on top of him, or he's right at my feet. Click it. I mean, if one of these turns shiny, I'll be pretty excited while on camera. All right, so that's not shiny, right? Clicked it. Boom, not shiny. Now, if it was shiny, now I haven't touched my game for 2 hours, so I'm not on any cooldown because I'm not spinning any Pokestops, I'm not catching anything, I'm not accidentally dropping a Pokeball. So on the catch screen, you want to make sure you don't accidentally drop a ball because don't touch anything because dropping the ball can trigger the cooldown. So that's not shiny, right? So then we move on, we move down the list. You know what I mean? And then once I'm gonna show you this. So the gray ones are the ones you've done.